So here we go again. Pre-season preparations continue for Niko Kovac and company. We come to you this time from the Merkur Spielarena, the home of third division side now, Fortuna Düsseldorf. Also BVB's opponents on this sunny Saturday afternoon here in Germany. BVB, of course, are looking to continue their winning ways. A week ago, their first pre-season game ending in a 3-1 victory in favour of the Black and Yellows, and some of the youngsters are really taking centre stage. Takato Yamamoto, the new young 18-year-old signing from Osaka, with quite the performance in the second half, and a goal to his name as well. Not to mention Justin Lerma, the Ecuadorian 18-year-old brought in for central midfield, also getting his name on the score sheet as well. And of course, Seru Girassi, the third to find the back of the net. The goals not coming in that order, but all three on the score sheet after a bit of a slow first 45. BVB then really coming into their own in the second half. Of course, both the 11 from the first 45 and the 11 from the second 45, consisting of a fair few youngsters, players from BVB 2 as well as the under-19s, all part of pre-season preparations. A lot of the big names still sort of trickling back from international duty at the World Cup this summer, and the well-deserved holidays thereafter as well. So not exactly everyone back and ready to take part, but the majority now back with the team. Whether or not they'll all take part today, I'm not so sure. They certainly will, though, in Japan when BVB head over for the Japan tour in a few days' time. This their last pre-season friendly on home soil before packing their bags and heading over to play Cerezo Osaka as well as FC Tokyo. 2 games in Japan as part of that tour. Of course, young Yamamoto will be heading back to his hometown. Of course, he came from Gamba Osaka, not Cerezo, but will know the place well nonetheless as the teams make their way out onto the pitch. An interesting pre-season friendly for BVB's opponents today. Fortuna Düsseldorf going through some rough times of late. Of course, 6 years ago, relegated from the top flight. That the last time they met BVB at a competitive level in the Bundesliga. Since then, it's been downhill from there. Last season, relegated to Germany's third division. And the new man in charge, Alexander Ende, will be trying to put an end to the rot and try and help Fortuna Düsseldorf climb the tiers of German football once again and head back to the top. Düsseldorf, of course, Bundesliga champions at one stage, have one Bundesliga title to their name. 2-time DFB Pokal winners as well. So a rich history, but struggling. As for Dortmund, well, their pre-season just really getting underway a week ago with that 3-1 win over Rot-Weiß Oberhausen. Slightly stiffer test here today in the form of Fortuna Düsseldorf, but one they should be able to manage, even with the amount of youngsters in the side. Seru Girassi will lead by example with all of his experience up front. New signing Joan Gadu, the central defender brought in from Austrian side Salzburg, also in the starting 11 here today. Came on in the second half against Oberhausen. He's ready to go from the get-go here this afternoon. Alexander Meyer keeps his place in goal. Gregor Kobel, of course, with a deep run in the World Cup with Switzerland, will not be starting here today. BVB with those games in Japan. On Wednesday, July the 29th against Cerezo Osaka. And then a few days later, on the 1st of August, taking on Tokyo. Before it's back to Germany, back to the Signal Iduna Park for the season opener, as they call it in Germany. The last friendly to sort of bring in a new season, always up against really good opposition. This year comes in the form of AS Roma, so definitely something to look forward to there. And then the competitive action gets underway. Dortmund against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup on August the 22nd. And then game day 1 in the Bundesliga at home at the Signal Iduna Park as well, against the visitors from Hamburg. That's on the 29th, 6:30 early evening kickoff to kick off the new Bundesliga season, where BVB will try to put the pressure on last season's champions Bayern Munich and try and get that race for the title going nice and early. The action is underway here though in the Merkur Spiel Arena. BVB playing from left to right here in the first 45. I'll just quickly take you through the starting 11 as well. So Alexander Meyer starts in between the sticks, a back three of Riedel, Mane and new signing Gadu, with Enzo Duarte the right wing back, Kabar the left wing back, Ayman Agil, and exciting Japanese youngster Yamamoto, the two holding midfielders, Mirza and Albert supporting Girassi up front in a front three there. Dortmund with a free kick inside their own half. Energetic start here from this young Dortmund side against Düsseldorf. They start with Ries in goal. Back four from left to right of Risch, Heinz, Eguli and Zimmermann, Hendricks, Arden and Buschama. The three in midfield with Konsbruch, part of a front three, which also includes the experienced Schleusener and their number 9, Hotman. Well, the senior players that have trickled back into pre-season preparations after international duty being put through their paces in the last few days, the likes of Maxi Bayer, Waldemar Anton, Felix and Metscher, Daniel Svensson, all going through fitness and performance tests on their return, all passing with flying colours as expected. Be interesting to see how the World Cup does affect those players who were away on duty. It was a very intense World Cup, some very intense temperatures and conditions to play in as well. Pre-season preparation, not just about getting fit, but also staying fit and avoiding injury. Chance here for Düsseldorf. Really important last-ditch tackle there from Filippo Mane. Looked like he was beaten for a second, but managed to just toe poke the ball away from Hotman, stop him from charging down on Alexander Meyer's goal there in what would have been a one-on-one situation. I have to say though, some of the youngsters really impressing in BVB's last win. First half, you have to say Mathis Albert, just 17 years old. Probably one of the standout performers in that first 45, a first 45 that took a while to get going for Dortmund anyway. Didn't really quite find their rhythm in the early stages. Towards the end of the half then, looking a lot more like themselves, and then the players that came on for the second half picking up where the 11 from the first left off. And securing victory with ease in the end. the second half. Clearly belonging to young Yamamoto. Some really solid link-up play, great energy, lovely close control, great distribution. And a goal to his name as well, nearly set up Girassi for what would have been a spectacular second for the Dortmund number 9 and a fourth for Dortmund with a world-class delivery into the box with the outside of the left boot. Half chance in the meantime for Fortuna. Konsbroch able to get the shot off, but closed down very quickly indeed. Deflection taking it out for a Düsseldorf corner. Just over 5 minutes gone. Nothing to write home about just yet. But still an entertaining start to proceedings here in the Merkur Spielarena. Tipped away by Alexander Meyer. Calls from the Dortmund players for a foul on their goalkeeper. Yamamoto eventually gets the ball away from danger. Düsseldorf's third division season gets underway in just under 2 weeks' time. On the 7th of August, this their final pre-season friendly. Well, their season gets underway. They kick things off on the road against Mannheim. As, their attempt to get back to where they feel they belong. And then starts a really big season. A team that's gone through a lot of transition, of course, with dropping down into the third division. They had to get rid of the large majority of their first team players. So a lot of new faces, a lot of new beginnings in more ways than one for Fortuna Düsseldorf, so it's difficult to say what there is to expect from them in the third division. Borussia Dortmund with a free kick and a promising position here. Dortmund, of course, as well, a team that has bid farewell to one or two big names. Of course, Julian Brandt looks like he's heading to the Premier League in talks with Leeds at the moment about a switch. And of course, a lot of headlines discussing the potential and now very likely move for Karim Adeyemi, to Barcelona. Yamamoto and Girassi standing over the ball here. Yamamoto wants to take it. I'm not sure Girassi's going to let him. Some really good understanding and link-up play between those two in the second half against Oberhausen. It is Girassi, and it's not far away. And finding the inside side netting. A really good attempt there. Good pace and power. A little bit of whip, not quite enough though to see it curl back in time. Did have Düsseldorf's shot stopper Ries scrambling across at full stretch. Didn't look too convinced that it was going wide. The Düsseldorf keeper there. So first big chance of the game comes from a dead ball situation. course, a lot of these youngsters probably not initially in the first team plans for the upcoming season, but of course pre-season is all about one or two of them perhaps giving Niko Kovac something to think about. Could see one or two of them play a part next season for the first team. Yamamoto especially doing himself a lot of favours with his performance against Oberhausen. He's got another chance here today. Now, should that be a penalty? Certainly looked like the player was brought down inside the box. Reaction from some of the Düsseldorf players would suggest it might have been a dive, but Enzo Duarte dos Santos, not a player who usually goes down easily. Let's have another look here. First touch to take it past him. Well, there's clearly contact on the right shin there. It is just outside the box, so probably wouldn't have been a penalty, but interesting to not hear a whistle there from the referee. Pretty straightforward in real time, even more so in slow motion. Riedel will go back to Maya. Decent crowd here in the Merkur Spiel Arena for this pre-season friendly as well, which always adds to the occasion, of course. We all remember the COVID-19 football times. Empty stadiums just took so much away from watching the game we all love. Just goes to show how big of a part fans and big crowds play. Two Düsseldorf players colliding into each other there, unfortunate. Does look like Heinz will be able to continue though, which is good news. Last thing they need, 2 weeks away from that first competitive game of the new campaign, is an injury to a side that is, well, still trying to find its identity after all of those changes in the summer. Kaba. Joan Gadu tries to help it forward, closed down very quickly and early. Mathis Albert, really good upper body strength, and wins the free kick just inside the Düsseldorf half as a result. I do hope Dortmund try to bring a 17-year-old into play as much as possible. Was so exciting on the ball against Oberhausen. And then, well, at times disappointing first half. He was definitely the standout player before Dortmund then did find their rhythm towards the end of the first 45. Up until that point, it was only really Mathis Albert trying to create up front with his pace, with his ability on the ball. Really exciting young talent. Might be a little bit early for us to talk about a breakthrough season, this upcoming season anyway, but I don't think it'll be too long before we see him in and amongst the first team. Gadassi unable to control the ball into his feet there from Kabar. Another big season ahead for Dortmund's number 9. Top scorer again at the end of last season. Will be aiming for the same, will be expected to produce the same, such as the life of a number 9 and the pressure that comes with wearing the shirt as well, something that Serhou Guirassy is well aware of and I think enjoys. as most number 9s do at this level. Good closing down there. We'll very likely see a complete change to the starting 11 at half-time, just like we did it against Oberhausen. We'll probably see the likes of Jan Cotto, Joe Bellingham, Fabio Silva, as well as new signing Justin Lerma, and last season's young sensation Samuele Ignazio. Not a bad idea there from Mirza, looking to switch play and pick out Kaba out on that far side. Just caught it with the outside of the boot, which meant it was always moving away from Kaba. Again, good pressure on the ball from BVB. Done a good job of winning it back very, very early. Really good recovery when they do give it away. Pass nearly picked off there by Yamamoto. Should come as no surprise, but big things expected again from Dortmund next season. Can they keep the title race alive a little longer than they did last year? Can they go a little deeper in the cup competitions, be it domestic or on the European stage? Only time will tell, but there are expectations that come with the job at BVB. Dortmund with a corner here. Will be Takato Yamamoto and the left-footed in-swinger here. Whipped in towards the back post. Easy catch in the end though for Riesingel. Does have a really nifty left foot, Takato Yamamoto. Offside flag is up. Well, nearly 20 minutes gone. And only really one big goal scoring opportunity. Free kick for Dortmund, Seydou Guirassy. The dead ball situation coming closest so far to breaking the deadlock. Now perhaps a chance, and well, speak of the devil. not Girassi, but it is the standout player from the first half against Oberhausen a week ago, Mathys Albert, the 17-year-old. Catching everyone off guard, including the camera team here in the Merkur Spielarena. Interesting to see how it all unfolded. Looks like a little dink over the top. Lovely first touch to pluck the ball out of the air. Slightly heavy on the second, but it helps him take it sort of wide and past the keeper. And absolutely nothing wrong with the finish. Cool, calm and composed from 17-year-old Mathys Albert. And Dortmund have the lead. And it's another youngster on the score sheet in pre-season. Well, we said he's a player to keep an eye on, and that is exactly why. Next opportunity here for BVB, perhaps. Mathys Albert joined the Dortmund under-17s back in 2024. Came in from the LA Galaxy Academy. Born in the United States of America. And it's been a very quick rise through the ranks at BVB. Of course, Dortmund well known for not just recognising talent at a very young age, but developing it as well. Probably one of the best in the business in world football when it comes to exactly that. And the proof is in the pudding once more. Here's a better look. It's actually Alexander Meyer with the ball forward, who picks him out. Back to front, textbook goal from Dortmund. Football can be so simple sometimes, especially when you have talented youngsters on the end of balls like that from Alexander Meyer in the form of Mathys Albert. A 17-year-old with 22 goals and 65 appearances last season. Just one Bundesliga appearance last campaign. A 2-minute cameo was the only action he had at first team level. That's delivered for both the under-17s and the under-19s. Scored twice in the UEFA Youth League as well. Not to mention 3 assists in that competition too, so he has been knocking on the door since arriving back in 2024. Very impressive 2 years from the young man, and continues to impress here in pre-season. Quick hydration break. All the players here. The hot temperatures returning to Central Europe again. Meant to get even hotter in the coming week or two as well, so perhaps not the worst thing for BVB to get on a plane and head elsewhere. As indications are, it will be somewhat unbearable, heading towards the 40-degree plus mark once again. Not quite there today, but warm enough for a hydration break, albeit much to the frustration of the fans here Wasn't very popular at the World Cup, was it? At least it was a hydration break without advertisement here, though. Kabak runs into trouble. Plenty of yellow shirts in and around him, though, to help deal with that momentary transition and threats. Quickly put to bed, though. Here come BVB again. Oh, lovely little flick by Yamamoto. Just a little too much distance on it. Not quite enough of an angle to find Mirza, who made a good run forward down that right flank. And again, Yamamoto showing what he's capable of. He's a very confident young player. Just 18. Doesn't seem phased whatsoever by the challenges thrown his way so far, albeit there have been very few of them. But it is early days in terms of pre-season for Dortmund. Player down here for BVB. Sanu Girassi looking to the referee, but no decision. Adds to his frustration. Here come Düsseldorf. Haven't really been able to muster up a significant attack so far, or something for Alexander Meyer to deal with in goal. Instead, here come BVB on the counter. If only for a moment, though. Mathis Albert recognising there wasn't much on ahead of him, so slows things down again. Girassi looking for options in the middle. Nearly finds Albert at the back post. He's whipped his way with real venom. Well defended in the end, to be fair. Zimmermann with a vital header. He gets there just in front of Mathis Albert, who was positioned really well at the back post. Imanagio with the delivery. And a lot of height and distance on it. Sees the ball come back his way. We'll have another crack at it. That's a much more inviting delivery. Sadly, no one able to get on the end of it, though. It goes out for a Düsseldorf goal kick. Imanagio, another player who seems on the verge of breaking into the first team. Has been very solid so far in pre-season. Of course, plays in a position where you're always going to struggle to steal the headlines. Very much an unsung hero in central midfield. Imanagio rarely puts a foot wrong. Very reliable, very solid. Another player with a very bright future, you feel. Just wonder if it might still just be a season early for him as well. Ball nicked away by Yamamoto. It's in a really good looking cross on his weaker right foot there as well. Was actually Mirza, excuse me, not Yamamoto. Right wing back, a little drop of the shoulder there, and then fizzes one across the face of goal, just begging anyone to stick out a leg and get any sort of contact on that. Simple tap-in was all that was required. Well, I say simple. Pace at which the ball came in, perhaps making it less than simple, but there's definitely a chance, to say the least. BVB knocking on the door, looking to double their lead here. Yamamoto to Mirza. Chance here for Düsseldorf now. Player goes down. The referee waves play on. And first impressions, I think he's got that one right. Certainly looked like the ball was played rather than the player. Gadu and Mane doing enough to combine and deal with the danger. Here's Matis Albert coming back the other way. Again goes back rather than forward. They haven't had much to do so far. The BVB back line, but they were wide awake and quick to react there. Sometimes more difficult when you're left with very little to do and then all of a sudden need to spring into action. Bad idea there from Mane. So Mirza making a run out on the right, tried to pick him out. Thankfully Düsseldorf unable to hold on to the ball for very long. Player down again for Düsseldorf, and again, the referee not impressed. Joan Gadu to Mirza, heavy touch. Hands possession back to Düsseldorf. Ball played, says the referee. Still Düsseldorf come away with it, but again, give it away cheaply. Now Mirza has a bit of time and space to work with. Tries to fizz one through a narrow corridor there for Seydou Guirassy. Fortunately, doesn't come off. Did have a slightly simpler option out wide. Joan Gadu with an overlap to his right would have perhaps been the better option. Well, having said that, if we were able to pick out Seydou Guirassy just moments ago, would have been a peach of a pass, and Guirassy would have been in on goal. Ball out wide. In towards the near post. I'll tell you what, Mane does really well to get across, get in front, and get the tackle in. Zimmermann with the delivery. Trying to pick out Schleusener at that near post, but Mane reads the situation very well indeed, and BVB come away with the ball as well. A little over 10 minutes still to go in this first period of play. BVB deserving of their one-goal lead. definitely been the better side so far. Enjoyed the lion's share of possession. Have looked more dangerous in the build-up and in the final third. Yamamoto with the foul on Hendricks. Easy catch for Alexander Meyer. Looks to get the ball rolling again immediately. Next free kick for Düsseldorf. Mane just arriving a little late there, right under the nose of the referee as well. Was never going to get away with that one. And the only goal of the game so far coming from a dead ball situation. This one taken quickly by Düsseldorf. Whipped in and the header on target. Meyer eventually gets both hands on it. And taking it quickly. Düsseldorf nearly catching BVB off guard. Heinz, the central defender, the big man with the header. Just couldn't really generate enough power to trouble Alexander Meyer. Something to build on for Fortuna. And a reminder for BVB. Eguli. Schleusener helps it forward to Hendricks. Good defending there from Enzo Duarte dos Santos. Manages to recover well there and stop the cross from coming in. BVB will have to defend a corner here though. As Düsseldorf now starting to find a little bit of rhythm. Very quiet so far. Header on target seems to have just got the blood pumping again. Well, it's a good opportunity at the near post there for Hotman. Unmarked as well, free header. Difficult to create the angle on it to get it on target, but I think he'll feel he should have and could have done a little better there. Mirza, the ball inside, off target, hands possession back to Fortuna. Here's Zimmermann. Floated over the top. Gilles does well. Albert crashed into, but fairly, according to the referee, who has play to continue. Positive end to the half here for the home side. On the hunt for an equaliser. As BVB have just taken their foot off the pedal slightly. With all the changes coming at half-time, I'm sure the players out there at the moment will want to head down the tunnel at the break, having won the first 45, if you like. That will be the aim, I'm sure. They're looking to hold on to that first half victory here at the moment as Düsseldorf try to carve a way through. Gulli will go back to Rees under pressure from Guirassy. Nicely done. Now the opportunity. And this left wing here is Hotman. Cuts inside, switch of play. Zimmermann chests it down, gets the shot off, but can't keep it down. Leaning back slightly. An acute angle to work with as well. Was always going to be difficult to test Alexander Meyer from there, but okay, a better shot expected from both player, teammates and manager. Crossing towards the back post would have probably been the best option. Schleusener unmarked would have been completely free. And Duarte dos Santos seems to have a problem with his left knee here. And there is the goal scorer, Mathis Albert. Here's another look at the goal. It's the first touch that makes it. That and the ball from Alexander Meyer over the top. Great distribution and vision from BVB's backup keeper. And the way he just plucks it out of the air on the outside of the right boot. Absolutely world class there from Albert. And then the composure to finish the move as well. I think overall, Niko Kovac will be pretty pleased with what he's seen again from these young Dortmund players. Alexander Ende, perhaps not quite as pleased, given the scoreline, but will be encouraged by what he's seen in the past sort of 10 minutes or so. Much better from Düsseldorf. And Kovac not willing to risk it. And Enzo Duarte heads to the bench now. And that problem to his left knee, and instead Joe Bellingham comes on. He's going to come out for the second half anyway. He's called into action a little earlier than planned. There's Bellingham on the ball straight away. Joe Bellingham, of course, looking to follow in his brother's footsteps. Not a bad early ball into the middle there from Kabar, but a little too close to Rees in goal. no-nonsense tackle from Mane. Breakers on through the middle. And Schleusner stopped unfairly by young Riedel there. I'll tell you what, if this isn't a pre-season friendly, I'm not sure he sees yellow there, but pretty sure he'd be shown a red card instead. With it being a pre-season friendly, I'm not sure if anyone benefits from 11 playing against 10. Bellingham runs the ball away from danger. Now Kaba. Albert tries his luck from distance. Just set up kindly for him there after a bit of a scramble on the edge of the penalty area. Bellingham does really well. That'll be a free kick all day long. And that will wrap up the first 45 here in the Merkur Spiel Arena. 17-year-old Matthijs Albert's goal, the difference so far between BVB and Fortuna Düsseldorf. Another solid first half from the BVB youngsters, with very little in reply. A phase of about 10 minutes or so towards the end of the half where Düsseldorf looked a little more lively, but apart from that, it's been all BVB. One-way traffic so far, and a goal to show for it as well. Expect plenty of changes at the break, but also expect a thoroughly entertaining second 45 here in Düsseldorf. Make sure you join us for it in just a few. As for now, it's Dortmund 1, Düsseldorf 0 at half-time here.
Wusstest du, dass Sternlicht Jahre unterwegs ist? Quasi wie Zeitreisen.
Hey Gemini, wie lange brauchen wir zum nächsten Stern?
Hey Gemini, wie würde das Babyzimmer im Raumfahrtstil aussehen?
In 5 Jahren kann viel passieren.
Können wir den Akku tauschen?
Ja, aber dein Phone bleibt an deiner Seite.
Mit Google Gemini und dem Vodafone 5-Jahres-Versprechen.
3, 2, 1.
Was geht ab, BVB-Fans, und willkommen zu einem neuen Video. Es ist ein schönes Wetter hier in Dortmund und deswegen nutzen wir die Chance und treffen uns heute mit unserem neuen Innenverteidiger Joan Gadou. Was werden wir heute machen? Wir werden heute ein bisschen Dortmund erkunden, indem wir den Wege unserer Fans, also vom Kreuzviertel zum Stadion, ein wenig ablaufen werden. Mach's halt nur ein bisschen umgekehrt und werden ihn dabei hoffentlich ein bisschen mehr kennenlernen, ein bisschen über ihn sprechen, über Dortmund sprechen. Und ja, ich will gar nicht so viel verraten. Viel Spaß beim Video und Joan sollte in 2 Minuten da sein. Joan, willkommen. Welcome to Dortmund. Gut, wie geht's dir?
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to Dortmund.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
the big sun today, but it's not always like this. Yeah, let's go to the fan shop because I think as a welcome gift, you need something on like a shirt or like a souvenir.
Let's go, yeah.
Let's go to the fan shop.
Hello. Hi.
You like caps?
Yeah. I see some good. Okay, I can see some good cape. Can I try?
Yeah, try it. Choose what you want.
Let me try this one.
Do you often wearing caps?
Yes.
You love it, huh?
I don't know why, but I like. Yeah.
You like it?
I change.
Schon ein Praktikum in der Fanwelt gemacht mit?
Nee, noch nicht. Noch nicht. What do you think is better?
Yeah. Yeah, this one is top.
C'est bon?
Yeah.
Can we take this?
C'est bon, we take
All
this.
right. I see the jerseys. Do you have already a number?
Yes, I got 22.
You got 22?
Yeah.
Nice. You want to print it?
Really?
After first jersey, yeah, sure.
We can do it now.
Okay,
We'll
no
see.
problem,
Maybe
yes,
it's like
yes.
Do you want to do it?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, stop.
All right.
You have also watches.
We have a lot here. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I can take it?
Yeah, you can put it on.
Yeah. Look. Gadu 22.
First jersey, 22 Gadu, Dortmund.
Looks good, man.
Yeah, really good.
I'm very excited what you will think on the first home game when you feel the atmosphere.
Yeah, I will tell you directly. I think I will feel crazy,
Because I cannot imagine how it is when you go to the warm-up and you will see the yellow wall and everybody's singing and you go the pitch and do your warm-up. I think it will be amazing for you.
Sure. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go to the stadium.
Goosebumps, yeah?
This is true. It's crazy.
It's coming, so we have to run. Yeah. Where?
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's full. It's very far.
It's okay, it's clear, let's go.
Ja, let's go. Besser? Wie Station müssen wir fahren?
2 stations.
Ici Paris. Du bist der Erste, Bruder, der mit diesem Foto macht.
Oh, lol.
So this is the Möllerbrücke, the Möller Bridge. In the prime time, all the younger people stay here, sit there, and have a good time. Also, during the match
After the
days.
school or after the work or what?
It's more like after work. It's not like after school, or it's more like the students. I can imagine. Maybe we can take some pictures of you here. So you see some stickers here. We have on our ultras. The Unity is one of the biggest in Dortmund. They are always on the south stand and doing all the cheers and so on. So we have to remember the name. The biggest supporters, one of the biggest supporters.
Okay. Who is this, sir?
Franz Jacobi is one of our fathers of Borussia Dortmund, the founder. And yeah, that's why we stay here. And you play for Dortmund now. He's the reason, one of the reasons.
We can say thank you to him.
Yeah. So honestly, it's too hot. I'm thirsty. Let's grab a drink.
Yeah, let's go.
Allez où?
Is there?
Let's go. Dankeschön. You see, the Dortmund here, people are all friendly. Hallo, was geht, was geht, was geht? Hallo.
Alles klar?
Hi. Ich bin den.
Tut mir leid, ich bin Max.
Hi, grüß dich mal. Hi.
Marc, freut mich.
Go outside?
Ja, das war auch.
Ja. Danke mal. Johan, how is the first impression of Dortmund?
It's good.
I mean, you are from Paris. You lived, you born and raised there. You played 4 years for PSG, right?
Yes.
And moved then to Salzburg.
Yeah.
I mean, you lived in Paris, Salzburg, now in Dortmund. Can you compare it? Is it like similar, or what do you think?
I will not say that it's similar, but you know, in Paris there's a lot of people, a lot of people in the streets. Here, for example, is more calm,
Okay,
and I like this. Yeah.
the calm one. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, this part I guess you will like it because it's calm right now. The tram or the metro, what we took, it's a little more, or was a little bit more.
It's good sometimes.
Yeah.
To get a little bit movement. Yeah, it's okay.
What about German food? You like? I guess you like to eat.
German food and Austrian food is the same, or
Not really, no.
okay? So I don't know the food.
Okay, you never tried
German.
before.
I never tried.
Okay, so then we will try someday we will try something. What's your favorite dish?
It's from Ivory Coast. Aloko.
Oh,
It's
what's
like
this?
banana, and you put in the oil and you warm.
Okay,
You don't know?
no, never.
Yeah, it's
Then it's not my.
And you,
Never try it.
and you what is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm Asian. I like Asian food, so I love Vietnamese food. So you tried before?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of Vietnamese people living in Paris, and we have also like Chinatown
Yeah.
over there.
Stop.
Can you cook?
Huh?
Can you cook? No.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, some pasta, some rice. It's okay.
So what is your signature dish? What you can cook at home? When I come to your place, what kind of food you will cook for me?
Pasta chicken,
Pasta chicken?
but good one.
Yeah.
Really good one. Pasta chicken. Yeah.
Awesome.
And do you cook a little bit?
I do a lot. I will. If you come to my place, I will do a noodle soup for you. It's called pho. Pho is like a beef noodle soup. It's a signature dish in Vietnam. I think you will love it because
Maybe.
everyone will love it. All right, Johan. I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yes.
Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed this little tour here in Dortmund.
Yeah.
And remember, here in Almondro, for example, this region is very famous during the match days. Everyone is coming here, grab a beer, waiting for the match, and then after here, they go to the stadium. This is, I can swear, this is an unbelievable atmosphere. I mean, you won't can enjoy this because you will play, of course. But if you have the chance to get this experience, try it here. All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Hope
you
you
very
enjoy
much.
it, my friend.
Now I can say that I'm from Dortmund.
You are from Dortmund,
Yes.
Wunderbrücke, so on.
Thank you.
And yeah, we will see us at the Leistungsdiagnostic test
Yeah.
in the gym, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, see ya. Und danke euch. Und bis zu den nächsten Videos. Ciao.
Wusstest du, dass Sternlicht Jahre unterwegs ist? Quasi die Zeitreise.
Hey Gemini, wie lange brauchen wir zum nächsten Stern?
Hey Gemini, wie würde das Babyzimmer im Raumfahrtstil aussehen?
In 5 Jahren kann viel passieren.
Können wir den Akku tauschen?
Ja. Aber dein Phone bleibt an deiner Seite.
Mit Google Gemini und dem Vodafone 5-Jahres-Versprechen.
So, a warm welcome back to the Merkur Spielarena here in Düsseldorf. BVB with a 1-goal lead at the break over Fortuna. Mathis Albert, the 17-year-old star in the making, breaking the deadlock. His goal the difference so far. It's a whole new 11 out for the second 45 as Patrick Dreves replaces Alexander Meyer in goal. As for the rest, well, Joe Bellingham coming on just at the end of the first 45. As for the rest, Jan Koto now in, Fabio Silva, Justin Lerma, Samuele Ignazio, Luca Reggiani, who was just on screen a moment ago there as well as Elias Benkera, Romeo Rita, Miguel Adje and Tom Faust now making up the BVB 11 for the second 45. Not too many changes for Düsseldorf as expected. Of course, their starting 11 pretty much the go-to for the start of their competitive season in just under 2 weeks' time. Got early pressure on the ball there from Dortmund. Fabio Silva now leading the line up front. Potentially a really big season ahead for Fabio Silva. He's more of an impact player off the bench last campaign for Borussia Dortmund. A lot of substitute appearances, not too many starts. He'll be hoping to change that in the upcoming season, I'm sure. When he first arrived at Dortmund, the majority of fans didn't quite know what to expect from Fabio Silva, but he very quickly became a fan favourite. Always brings a lot of energy and commitment to his performances. After impressing last campaign, I'm sure he'll want to take the next step and become one of Niko Kovac's go-to players. Is there a way that Guirassy and Fabio Silva can play in the same starting 11 though? That is the big question. And, we'll have to wait for an answer. Hopped on nicely, but that's really good tracking back there from Romeo Rita. Now in the left-back position. Whistle does eventually go. Taken a little too early. Düsseldorf. One player that has come on for Düsseldorf in the second half is the number 27, Jordi Paulina. Looked into a dangerous area, and Düsseldorf have their equaliser. Here's Schleusener. Fires it into the roof of the net from close range after Dortmund were unable to deal with the delivery into the box. Fortuna back on level terms early into this second half, less than 5 minutes into the second period of play. It's an inviting cross. And, the header down from Heinz straight to the feet of Schleusener. He makes no mistakes with the finish. It actually comes off the head of Romeo Ritter there. Tries to head it away from danger instead. Hands the opportunity to Schleusener, who is more than happy to oblige. And all of a sudden, game on again here in the Merkur Spielarena. Again, it's a dead ball situation. It results in a goal. Player down here for Düsseldorf. I think Dortmund will stop play here. It's Konsbruch is the player with the problem. I think he's going to be okay. Could Dreves perhaps do a little better at his near post there? He does sort of dip low a little early. Could he have made himself a little bit bigger? Ifs and maybes, of course. Bellingham able to bring the ball down. Another opportunity for Düsseldorf. Materialize in the end. And it's the home side from Germany's third division who have the momentum at the moment. Another stop to play. Allowed to take it quickly that time, and it works out well for BVB. Dreves looking to get the ball forward. Samuel Ignacio, one of the youngsters who did break into the first team last season, will very likely have a part to play this season as well. A range effort from Tom Faust blocked. The ball stays with BVB. Lerma sees his pocket picked. Good pressure from Dortmund to force the ball out of play. Keep things inside the Düsseldorf half. Ritter. Jet. Interesting camera work. The decision goes against Luca Reggiani there, who didn't do too much wrong, if you ask me, but unfortunate. Give away the free kick. Zimmermann, early cross, dealt with by Benkada. is the risk you run when you make 11 or 10 changes at the break against a side who makes perhaps a 1 or 2. Can take a bit to get going, find rhythm, find flow. Thrown in at the deep end, if you like. And there's Koto. Now Bellingham. Ignacio with the first-time layoff, sees the ball come back his way. Surely that time the whistle will go, and does. Was he inside the box though? I fear he was just outside. Better look at it here. Great touch to take it past Zimmerman, who just leaves a right leg in. There will be a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. Sometimes can be a little bit more difficult for the players shooting. Not a lot of distance to get the ball up and down should you want to go over the wall, so going around it or perhaps firing one in low. A better option from this sort of range. It's Fabio Silva lining it up. Silva, he tried to curl one towards the top right shelf there. As expected, just couldn't get the height on it to get it over the wall. As already mentioned, Fabio Silva dealing with very fine margins there. Needs it just high enough to get over the wall, but not too high so it can come back down in time. Dink over the top and out wide. Picked up by Fabio Silva. Runs into trouble. Reaction's been a positive one from Dortmund. Conceded the equaliser. Still pressing high, looking to win the ball back inside the Düsseldorf half. Create chances of their own. So Düsseldorf making some changes now. Van der Sloot, Meiser, Sauk, as well as Lucas Eichsler all coming on. A little over half an hour still to go. A little over half an hour left. Both sets of players to try and impress their manager. Tom Faust felt he played the ball there. He's already in transition, ready to counter-attack. It does look like he just clips the boot rather than the ball. So another free kick for Düsseldorf. They have looked dangerous with these dead ball situations. Decent delivery. Well defended in the end by Romeo Rita. Wins the free kick as well. Koto. Reese does well, considering. Ignacio. Scored his first senior goal at the end of last season. Both he and fellow Italian youngster Luca Reggiani thrust into the limelight at the back end of last campaign, and both players unfazed by the opportunity. If anything, taking full advantage of it. Very impressive performances from both players, and will be in the mix again this upcoming season. Will any of the other youngsters follow them? Heavy touch allows the tackle to be made, and then a wicked deflection catches Dreves completely wrong-footed in goal. Nightmare scenario for the Dortmund goalkeeper. He's very, very happy, I'm sure, to see that one just sail wide of his left post and out for a Düsseldorf corner. And it is Fortuna who are knocking on the door at the moment, and look, the more likely to score the next goal. Taken short. Caught up. Does well to find Bellinger. Does well under pressure. Ritter carries the ball forward with intent. Ignacio to his left, and he uses him. Silva with the first-time layoff. He's just in Lerma. Ritter lines up the shot. Ritter nearly drives one into the top corner. That's where it was heading. Beautiful strike from Romeo Ritter. I'll tell you what, that is a world-class save from Ries. Just opened up nicely for Ritter. Puts his laces through it and then some. What a goal that could have been. And what a save it was from Ries. Corner taken short, in comes the cross. A bad header. Elias Benkera there. Just couldn't really get any power behind it as he tried to head it back across. Looking for the far corner. Benkera with the sliding tackle, puts it out of play for a Düsseldorf throw. Really has opened up quite a bit in this second half. BVB very much controlling the middle of the park in the first 45, whereas now there seems to be a whole lot more in terms of space or pockets of space for Düsseldorf to try and take advantage of. Enjoyed a lot more of the ball than they did in the first period of play. It's making for a much more open and back and forth game between the two now. Sauk. And Steven van der Sloot almost caught in between two minds, and then a little too slow to make a decision as to whether shoot at goal or trying to whip one across the face of it. In the end, it was neither. Lazio caught late. Whistle does eventually go. Advantage was perhaps on there for Dortmund. Have to settle for a free kick just inside the Fortuna half. So another hydration break, much to the delight of the fans here in the Merkur Spiel Arena. A really good turnout for this friendly. Things all square at a one apiece. Will there be a winner here this afternoon? Alexander Ende, very pleased with his side's second half performance so far. Definitely been able to raise their game, shift it up a gear. As for Dortmund's sort of second 11 this afternoon, still feels like there's more to come or room for improvement. Not that they've been poor by any means, but it doesn't feel like they've really got going just yet. Almost the complete opposite to the game against Rot-Weiß Oberhausen, where it was the 11 in the first half that struggled to sort of get going and find rhythm, and the 11 in the second half who were brilliant from start to finish. Still, regardless of the outcome, the scoreline very much secondary in this pre-season phase. It's more about minutes under players' belts. There'll be a Dortmund goal kick. Ritter. Benkera nearly getting Koto in a bit of trouble. Silva tracking back well. His first touch there from Kylian Sauk. Another half chance for Düsseldorf there. In the meantime, just another quick reminder of the upcoming friendlies for Dortmund. After this, they go on their Japan tour. They'll kick things off in Osaka against Cerezo Osaka on the 29th of this month. 4 days' time. Kick-off at midday, Central European time. And then take on Tokyo the 1st of August. Again, 12 o'clock midday kickoff. Should be some really good tests in Japan for BVB and some entertaining games to enjoy. A really big tackle there. Was it kept in play by Van der Loo? Looked like it had crossed the line there, but no whistle. Joe Bellingham back on his feet after staying down for a moment there. Fantastically well-timed tackle there inside the box from Bellingham, but it's the player sort of landing on the back of his head and slamming that head into the ground. I think that was the problem. Looks like he's all right though. Still heavy knock nonetheless. A little over a quarter of an hour still to go here in Düsseldorf. The disappointing part about the second half, not necessarily conceding the equaliser, but the lack of chances created by Dortmund. Well, that was a Düsseldorf throw. I'm not so sure. The play continues anyway. Next chance for Düsseldorf. Half-time substitute, Jordi Paulina. Drags the left-footed effort wide. Definitely onside as well. Again, I go back. Dortmund should have clearly had the throw in there, and that chance should have never really come to fruition. Helped on nicely. There's Lukas Eichsler. Van der Sloot gets his pocket picked. Ignacio tries to help it forward. Puts it down the middle though. Unfortunately, Fabio Silva just drifting wide instead. Another opportunity for Fortuna. Justin Lerma positioned well. Player down in the meantime. The whistle does go. An incident off the ball, again involving Jordi Paulina. Benkera has got a slightly more serious issue here. Sort of reaching for the hamstring area. That would be Really bad news for him and for Dortmund. I think that will wrap things up this afternoon for Elias Benkera, sadly. Hopefully nothing too serious. The Japan tour just round the corner. That would be a big blow to his pre-season. We do, of course, wish him a very speedy recovery. Hopefully it's all not too serious. Arne Wessel's on to replace him. A little over 12 and some change still to go here. Nothing to separate the two sides as things stand. Davies able to find the intended target, Romeo Ritter. Able to get away with it though. Now breakaway was on with Jan Koto in acres of space out on that right side, but BVB unable to move the ball in that direction. Eichsler. No flag for offside, ball into the middle, 2-1. Anas Slimani. And Düsseldorf's second of the game, second of the half. Now 2-1 up. They have been the more dangerous side in this second period of play. The substitutes who've come on have come on with real intent as well. I have to say, it's a good ball to pick out Slimani. An even better finish as well. Was Eichsler onside? Difficult to say from that angle, but really well taken goal by Slimani. And for placement over power. Slots it back across into the far corner. And very little Patrick Treves could do about that one. Fabio Silva. Puts it into the middle. Hoofed out of play for a Dortmund throw. Is that the wake-up call? The second half 11 needed. Do have to give credit where it's due. Düsseldorf have been very good in this second half. Massive improvement on their first 45 performance, that's for sure. Ignazio gives away the next free kick. Jan Koto. Just hasn't really clicked in the second half for BVB. Yama. So Ritter. And back with Bellingham. Bellingham now picking up a central defender position after Elias Benkera's exit due to injury. That's close, isn't it? Gianni with his hand up, certainly thought Weixler was in an offside position there. Sloot with the cross. Koto looked like he wasn't too aware of what was in and around him. Strong pass out wide. As Dortmund to throw. BVB running out of time as they try to salvage something from their second pre-season friendly of the new season. It was a comfortable win against Oberhausen. It looked like it might be another one when they took an early lead. Things haven't quite gone to plan here in the second half. This time the flag does go up against Lukas Eichsler. A bit more straightforward that time around. Ignacio able to turn. And Miguel Adje in support. Not a lot of movement off the ball here at the moment from BVB. As they switch play out onto the right. Jan Koto with some tricky feet, creates space for the cross or not. Shifts it inside for Fabio Silva. And Justin Lerma on the half volley. Doesn't really make the contact he was looking for. And it sort of bobbles into the hands of Rees in the end. Tackle. Ignacio, Fabio Silva tries the back heel into the path of Justin Lerma, who seemed to just put the brakes on his run. Ignacio with the layoff. Lerma, wide to Koto. To dink one over the top. Looking for Fabio Silva there, Justin Lerma. Not quite enough height on it though. Düsseldorf play their way out of trouble. Very nicely indeed. Ball, early ball in. Amanyampong. Too close to Dreves. Bad idea though. Edging towards the final minute of the 90. Probably expect 3 or 4 added on here. Lovely vision from Fabio Silva to find Jan Koto. No one really in the middle to aim at though. Koto tries to go it alone and nearly finds a way through. The slightest of touches there, just nicking the ball away. His reaction telling you just how close he was. Bellingham. Another attack breaks down. The boys in black and yellow. Next opportunity here. Ignacio does enough to win the corner. Back to see how much time will be added on here. My money's on 4 minutes. You just never know these days. Could be anything between 12 and 15. And shouts for handball. Referee waves play on and the break is on for Düsseldorf here. And that breaks down just as quickly. Well, there you go, 4 minutes. How about that? And 4 minutes left, or 3.5 now for BVB. Trying to find an equaliser and remain unbeaten in pre-season. Even if it is just their second season friendly. So the aim was to head to Japan on a high. cut back a decent one, but not the outcome Dortmund were hoping for. Ritter does well, gets his body in the way. Nothing wrong with the challenge. A little too much mustard on that ball. Forward and nearly into the path of Fabio Silva. BVB will keep the pressure on in the form of a throw deep inside the Düsseldorf half. Not precise enough from Jan Koto there, looking for Justin Lerma, hoofed out of play by Kylian Sauk. Adje looking for options. Can't hold on to it. The ball comes back his way. Bellingham as well to find Tom Faust. BVB patiently building. It will be one of their last attacks here. Good ball in, and Ignacio denied by Reis. The header, unfortunately, straight down the middle. He puts that either side of the Düsseldorf keeper. It's 2-2. Fantastic delivery to pick him out. He does really well with his run, just cuts in front of Van der Sloot and can't really test Reis enough in goal. Makes it a little too easy for the Fortuna shot stopper. What a chance to salvage a draw right at the death there for young Samuel Ignacio. Just be the last opportunity BVB gets. And there is the full-time whistle. Disappointing second 45 for Borussia Dortmund as Fortuna turn things around in the second period of play. BVB 1-0 up at the break, but unable to recover from conceding 2 in the second half. One last push at the end to try and salvage a draw. Samuel Ignacio with a golden opportunity to level things up and get his name on the score sheet, but it wasn't meant to be. And so BVB taste defeat in their second pre-season friendly as they lose to Fortuna Düsseldorf here in the Merkur Spiel Arena. But of course, the scoreline, not the be-all or end-all in pre-season. It's more about minutes under belts and getting ready for the challenges ahead, of which there will be plenty. And I'm sure the players will shrug this one off quickly, get their bags packed, because it's off to Japan for the Japan tour in the coming days, where they will face Cerezo Osaka and FC Tokyo in what should be 2 cracking encounters, which we hope you are looking forward to just as much as we are. As for here on this Saturday afternoon, that's all she wrote. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time. Until then, and as always, we'll leave you with the highlights. Stay safe and take care.